this video, we're going to be doing something a little different. With Nowruz happening this week, we're going to be talking about this very significant festival. Nowruz is often referred to as the Iranian New Year or the Persian New Year, but we prefer to call it Nowruz just because it's not an exclusively Iranian or Persian festival, even though it has its roots in Iran and it originates from Zoroastrianism. But today it is celebrated globally by many different ethnic and religious groups. Nowruz in Persian literally translates to new day, and it marks the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere. As mentioned before, it has its roots in religious Zoroastrianism. However, today in Iran, all the different religious groups celebrate the holiday. There are many different rituals which are associated with Nowruz, and the Haft-Seen table, which you see right here, is one of the most important ones. And we're going to go through this and talk about what each of these items on the table represent.
Haft means 7 in Persian, and Seen is one of the letters in the Persian alphabet. So Haft-Seen means 7 items that starts with the letter Seen, which is like S. So Haft-Seen is a tabletop arrangement of these items, and each of the items show specific and important concepts of the Persian culture.
In addition to the 7 S's or the 7 scenes, which we'll go through and talk about what each one symbolizes, there are also other items that go on a Haft-Seen table. And one of them is a religious text or a holy book, depending on which religious group is celebrating the holiday. And as I mentioned, it is a holiday, a festival that's celebrated by all the different religious groups in Iran. So whether you are Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Baha'i, Zoroastrian, or non-religious, you can choose to have your own important text on the table. And for us, being an inter-religious family and in a very secular household, we choose not to have a religious book on the table. Instead, we have something else.
So we decided to have Divan Hafiz, which is a very important and beautiful Persian book of poetry.
I should mention that many people who do have their religious texts choose to have Divan Hafiz as well, or other books of poetry along their holy books. This Nowruz is very special for us because in addition to our 7 S's, we have another S coming up in just a couple of weeks. Since Shahzad is over 8.5 months pregnant, our daughter will be here pretty soon. So, and her name starts with the letter S. So next year we could have her sitting next to the table as one of the S's.
Yes.
The first scene that we're going to talk about is Sabbath, which is wheat, barley, or lentil sprouts. And as long as it looks like this, it's all good. It can be anything.
Sabbath symbolizes rebirth. It is also a symbol of greenery and nature with the arrival of spring. And the green color of Sabbath brings peace and tranquility to the houses.
It's definitely one of the items that stands out the most on the table. The next scene we're going to talk about is Samanu, which looks like this. And this is basically wheat pudding. It's a very sophisticated Persian dish. You don't typically see it on a table anywhere else. It's probably only on a Haft-Seen table.
Yeah, that's true. And Samanu symbolizes power and strength. The next scene is Senjed, which is dried Persian olives, and it symbolizes wisdom. And
the reason for that is because it used to be an item which was used in order to rejuvenate the brain as some sort of medicine. The next scene is Seer, which is garlic.
Seer is a symbol of medicine and disinfection. The next item is Seeb, which means apple, and it's a symbol of health.
As the saying goes, 1 apple per day keeps the doctor away. The next scene is Somar.
Somak symbolizes patience. The next scene is sekke, which means coin. Sekke is a symbol of wealth.
Another important item that goes on a Haft-Seen table is this, painted eggs. And it's not a scene, it doesn't start with the letter S, however it's very important to have this. It's a symbol of fertility. In addition to that, there's also vinegar, which is sirke in Persian, but we don't have it on here because we already have our 7 S's. And there are also other important items that go on the table, such as goldfish. And that is something you do see in most Haft-Seen tables, but we choose not to have one for ethical reasons, because the goldfish are just suffocating inside a small bowl. And in our opinion, it's better not to have one, but it is something that you usually see on a Haft-Seen table.
But because of the same reason that Bahadur mentioned, fewer people are actually having goldfish on their Haft-Seen table.
Another important item that goes on a Haft-Seen table is what you see right here, these candle lights. And this comes from the Zoroastrian religion, and it goes back to ancient Iran, where the fire actually symbolizes warmth. And so it's bringing light and warmth into your household. And one of the traditions is to light up candles to equal the number of people in the household. In addition to that, there's also a mirror, which we don't have on this table, but that is also one of the items that typically go on a Haft-Seen table. And we also have sombol, which is one of the 7 S's as well. So we hope you enjoyed this short video talking about Haft-Seen. And we understand that different cultures do celebrate things a little bit differently. And feel free to comment below and let us know if you do put any additional items or you do things differently when it comes to this table. We'd love to hear from you, and we may even change our table for next year. Thank you so much.
آمده نوروز در ایران زمین خاک ما شد رشک فردوس